There we go. All right, good evening, everybody. It's Tuesday night here at the BT Network, and that means it's time for our weekly political stuff known as political catch-up.
Yep.
And we all do it.
And it's
Oh, good.
and as always, it's just me, Mr. Frodo, the one who runs the show, and Miss Oddball here. But today we have a little bit of a special guest.
Yep, our official mascot, Natty. That's right.
Here
And Maddie's in charge. No, I'm kidding.
anyway, so tonight we've got a lot of stuff to cover. One big thing that's going on right now that I am kind of watching out the corner of my eye is the State of the Union. Right, I have it muted, and honestly, I'm wanting to go to the House chamber and slap the fuck out of him because of how many fucking lies he's telling. Most most illegal aliens don't know how to read our signs and fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yeah, they may not be able to speak our language sometimes, but that doesn't mean they don't understand the meaning of a fucking octagon, especially since most of the time they still have to pass the driving tests here in the United States. And a big part of those tests are recognizing the signs not just by what they say, but the shapes. That's why the vast majority of our signs in the country don't really have that many words, because when you're driving, you don't have time to fucking process that you need to stop and move over without there being a fucking quick logo that you recognize.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you need to be a fucking fluent English speaker to understand fucking our shit.
That's true.
And now he's talking about a lady named Elizabeth who was killed, and supposedly he's blaming a illegal alien for it. But this is just one thing we gotta talk about,
Mm-hmm.
because today, um, a former lawyer for ICE, one that just a week ago quit the organization,
Mm-hmm.
decided to come up to Capitol Hill to talk. And his discussion was not just a crisis. This is a five-alarm fucking fire.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the testimony says that they have no training on reasonable articulable suspicion. They have no training on when it is legal to use deadly force. They get no training on pretty much anything important.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing, and this is where the biggest thing is, supervisors in ICE are teaching, quote, new cadets to violate the Constitution, unquote, amid Trump's promise of mass deportation.
Mm-hmm.
I, quote, the ICE Academy is deficient, defective, and broken, unquote, said the attorney Brian Schwank. Quote, on my first day, I received secretive orders to teach new cadets to violate the Constitution by entering homes without a judicial warrant. End quote.
Mm-hmm.
He was also said Homeland Security, in a statement Monday, said defended how ICE retooled its academy, saying new recruits received quote received the same hours of training officers have always received unquote only under a more compressed time frame. No, you stupid fucking bitch. No, you don't speed up the fucking training, especially when that training is in large part to stop vi- stop these people from killing people. We have ensured our law enforcement officers get the best of the best training to arrest and remove murderers, rapists, pedophiles, terrorists, and gang members from our community, Lauren Biss said in a statement. Bullshit.
I'm sorry.
Trump has been,
I'm not laughing about the story. It's just that Lauren Biss. I don't know why I'm laughing at the name.
yeah, I know.
Like I said, story's not funny. That name is.
Testimony from the former assistant chief counsel within the Department of Homeland Security comes as ICE is in the midst of a historic hiring drive. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the agency hired 12,000 officers and agents during the first year of Trump's second term. New hires are being funded through a budget lift the agency received under the president's One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The $73 billion the agency received under the law is equal to roughly 6 times what the agency was initially due for fiscal year 2026. The new funding is due to last until Trump's end of Trump's term, meaning the agency continue its deportation campaign even as other DHS agencies are at risk of shutting down. Some of those include, let's see here. Yeah, they're basically turning DHS into Deportation Central.
Yeah.
Okay, a secret memo. The former ICE attorney said he was most troubled by an agency memo signed by acting director Todd Lyons that asserted federal officers can forcibly enter a home without a judicial warrant, a move constitutional scholars, immigration experts, and a federal judge say is a clear violation of the Fourth Amendment. Now, for those that don't know what the Fourth Amendment is, we've discussed it multiple times on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read it directly from a website called Constitution Annotated. All right?
Okay, go ahead.
The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. What does that mean? You do not need to give up your identity for anyone. That's your purse, that's your papers. You do not need to allow a cop or an ICE agent into your home. That is your home. You, unless you have a warrant. Unless there is a warrant, you can't do this shit. Um, and then Marcus Charles, the executive associate director of ICE enforcement and removal operations, said that we don't break into anybody's homes. We make entry either in a hot pursuit with a criminal arrest warrant or with an administrative arrest warrant. Thing to remember is these administrative arrest warrants have been deemed justified by courts in immigration purposes.
Hmm.
No, you stupid son of a bitch. You need you need a judicial warrant.
Mm-hmm.
Judicial. That means that a judge, a neutral third party, has to sign off on whatever you're doing. You can't just go to your higher ups and get them to sign off on a warrant. No. The worst part is, and this is not to be fear mongering to you, Shirley,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a reality that you have to face. You and
Yeah.
your mother are in constant danger of having ICE break down your door.
Yeah.
And that's not me trying to be a
No, no,
worry
no, no,
wart
no,
or
no, no,
anything
no,
like that.
no, no. You're absolutely right. Trust me. If I knew something was up, I would have gotten offensive. Like, nope, you nailed it. You're dead on. Oh yeah, and Santo's in our chat too, keeping an eye on things.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those that don't understand why I say this, Shirley is an American citizen, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She is a natural born American citizen. However, she was not born in America per se.
Nope.
She was born on an American
Military base in Japan.
yeah, military base in Japan, specifically in Okinawa. I
Mm-hmm.
think you said to me
Yeah,
once.
Okinawa's the birthplace. I
And
believe the base is Kadena. I believe it's Kadena Air Base.
yeah, Kadena. Yeah, and this is the thing that people don't understand also. Even though Shirley was born in a uh on American soil on a military base, there are some people that would say that she's not native born American, which is false.
Right, but I still
But
had.
her mother,
Yeah, my mother is full on Vietnamese.
yep,
However,
and
she
I'm
did.
not trying to call you
No,
out.
no. You're right because she's been in the United States since 1973, all legal. But here's the problem: we've had people here legally for decades, and they still got arrested and deported.
Yep, and that's a real threat. That's not just some bullshit because it's just
I'll be
people
right back.
need
I
to
gotta go grab a
understand
tissue.
that these. Well, do you have an issue?
No, I need to grab a tissue for my nose.
But you get it, don't you?
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, anybody who looks at this administration right now, okay, I'm looking at the fucking State of the Union just now. They had a bunch of the Republicans standing and clapping, but they had their focus on a bunch of service members who were sitting and staying still and not saying a damn word, not clapping nothing.
Good.
And that's the thing people need to understand. Oh, great. Now they're talking about Melania's movie.
Oh, brother. Here's a tip. Markiplier's doing better.
Yeah, Markiplier's better move has a better movie.
Yeah.
But no, this shit is fucking nuts.
Oh, brother.
So the now ice getting back to the ice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ice used to have 240 hours of training plus.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're down to about 47 hours.
That's dumb, 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 dumb.
No, that's not dumb. New okay, here she's they said receive 56 days of training and an average of 28 days on the job training. No. Oh shit, sorry about my camera. I'm just trying to stretch my legs because I need it.
That's fun.
Yeah, all this shit is fucking crazy.
It's almost like it's almost like. Now I'm glad they don't do us here. Like if you wanted to get into the police department, right? You're gonna go through hours of training. You got hours. You got to learn stuff at a desk. Like in classes. Then even when you get out in the field, when you finish at the academy and you're officially an officer, you still have to go with a partner. As you have to go with a main partner. You have to do this and that. Because that's how it is supposed to work.
Exactly. So I just figured out exactly what Representative Al Green did
Mm-hmm.
to get removed from the State of the Union. He had a sign,
Uh-huh.
huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah. The sign was
Yeah,
black people aren't apes. Just remember that picture that
yep,
that he had put up?
yep, yep.
And I know at least a couple of Democrats they wanted to be in there, but they brought in like I think one brought in a woman who was a victim of ICE after she was shot 5 times by ICE agents, and then somebody else
Oh yeah,
I think someone else I think it was from Minnesota, cannot remember the names. I do apologize. She brought in someone who was an Epstein victim, so as her guest. So it's like, that's
yep.
one way to because a lot of Democrats said they weren't going to come, but those who did, they wanted to bring a guest that would make Trump rather uncomfortable. So
I'm just I'm just looking at some of this stuff, and yeah,
yeah, I'll bet I'm honestly going to say this. Trump is probably so upset that Melania wasn't nominated for any Oscar. That's because it was far too late in the time frame, you dummy.
exactly.
You have to wait until the next year, the 2027 Oscars, to even qualify. And I'll bet you anything, it wouldn't qualify. I don't even think a Razzie will want to give an award to that thing.
So Maddie's in this view again.
Yeah. Oh, Maddie. Maddie's like, I like
Put him
this.
right here.
There he is. On top of the chair. Oh, yeah. Maddie's like, oh, don't stop doing that. I love you guys. Keep doing that for me.
He's
And
a
he's,
very good cat. I love him.
I do too. He's adorable. But
Yeah,
yeah.
needless to say.
Yeah. Maddie's our mascot. Saja's right.
So Sajo, Are you watching the State of the Union?
Bet you anything he's not.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm only watching it because I want to see the lies and be able
Yeah.
to refute them live.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. So violent repeat offenders be put in prison behind bars and that they stay, and this is a quote from the captions. They stay there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, another thing of interest, the Olympics. Let's see. I'd rather not, but I'm watching clips on IG, Instagram. Okay, that's fine. But me, I'm thinking about the fact that you've got all these Olympic athletes. A lot of them were saying, a lot of them were speaking their minds, and Trump is like, they're not patriotic. It's like, excuse me? Yeah, they are. They're exercising their First Amendment right. Now, a lot of the thing is, Olympics are supposed to be political. They've always been political. Just usually not overtly political.
Well, okay. And right now, Trump's eyes are so narrow, like I can't even see any white of his eyes.
Oh, boy.
And he's literally like three-quarters of the way leaning on the um podium.
Yeah, I think I know why. It's past his bedtime. It's like, what, 10:22?
Yeah.
It's like, it's past his bedtime. He probably can't stay awake much longer. Meanwhile, you probably heard, let's see, what was it? Cash Patel showed up in Italy to celebrate the men winning the gold. A lot of people were not happy about that. And a lot of people were not happy that all but 5 members of the men's hockey team went to the State of the Union.
Yeah, that was stupid on their part. I think they should have done with the women.
Yep. Well, hey, speaking of the women, Flavor Flav, of course, Republic Enemy, he has been a staunch supporter of women's sports. Of course, he helped the water polo team. Now he said, "Hey, I want to treat you all. I'm going to treat the women's hockey team to a real celebration in Las Vegas." And a lot of companies
Well,
are actually supporting the women's team as well.
well, Flava Flav has always been a supporter of women's rights.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that I will say. Um, I've always I've always liked him because he is one of the people in the world who uses his platform for positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying he's perfect? No.
Uh.
But for God's sake, he tries.
Yeah. He's one of those people who can actually put his money where his mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
And and even the mayor of Denver said, "Hey, if we want to celebrate you too, we want to have a parade here in Denver."
Yeah.
Because the one thing Trump said, if I don't invite the women, I'll probably get impeached. And of course, the men who heard that laughed. Didn't defend the women. Because here's the thing. The men's hockey team hadn't won a gold since, guess what? The Miracle on Ice. The women have won several times. So, I'd love to see a battle of the sexes in hockey. After all, it worked for tennis. Now, I don't know if it worked for hockey, but it did work. It worked great for tennis.
So getting off of politics just for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
I do have some positive news in the world of Star Trek.
Okay.
Um, there's a new game that got released recently, Shirley,
Hmm.
that you might actually like.
Okay.
Let me pull it up on Steam and give you the link so that you can look for it.
Okay.
But it's not that bad of a price, and there's a lot of positives being said about
Hmm.
it. Let me give you right now. It's mostly positive.
Oh, excuse me.
That's its rating right now.
Yeah.
So hold
Yeah.
on.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, folks. If I'm really tired, I took a shower, and unfortunately, shower scent has knocked me out.
So the game
Excuse
is
me.
called Star Trek Voyager Across the Universe,
Hmm.
Across the Unknown.
Okay.
And what it is it basically allows you to replay the entire series
Oh.
of Star Trek Voyager and make your own decisions.
Ooh.
So you can follow the path that happened on actual Voyager,
Mm-hmm.
or you can do your own thing.
Hmm. Definitely a thought. I'll have to think about that.
Stop your kissy face bullshit, Trump.
Uh-oh. What Chump say now?
No, it's not what he said, it's what he did.
Oh.
You know that shit he does?
Mm-hmm.
He did that right on the TV, and it looks like he's sucking on a nipple when he does that.
Yeah. Mm. But I'm just glad. I'm just gonna say this. I'm glad he can't run again. He thinks he could try to run again. It's like, no, we don't want you a third time. You
You
can't
know what
anyway,
really
thanks to the
pisses me
Constitution.
off? You know what really pisses me off?
What?
Anytime he faced a male opponent, he lost.
Yeah.
He only won because so many men in this country
Didn't want a woman.
are too scared to have a fucking woman running things.
Well.
So I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent with regard to that.
Okay.
To be frank, y'all fuckers, y'all men need to stop being such small dicked bitches about shit. Okay? A woman is as capable, if not more capable, of running a country than a fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Merkel in Germany.
Germany.
Look look at any other nation that has a female lead right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're you know, 90% of the time those female leaders don't force stupid shit and they don't cause wars.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone I've heard of this from multiple men, and every time I hear it, it sickens me because there's people that'll say, "Oh, but what about her time of the month?" Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You know, most women have lived with that time of the month since they were freaking just starting their double digits in years. Most women know how to regulate their emotions when that shit is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, most women know how to deal with pressure more, are more empathetic than men, are more logical than men. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so sick and tired of it. I just, I'm sorry, but men of of the world, of the country, you are not the end all be all.
Yeah.
In fact, the vast majority of you are compensating, compensating for a lack of fucking sense. Black, you guys think that you have to have a big dick to do shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
here's a factoid for you. Trump, as stated by Stormy Daniels, teeny tiny.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me saying it.
Yeah.
That's Stormy Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
That's a woman he actually had sex with,
Yep.
and she's telling him, calling him teeny tiny. So no, sorry, just a little frustrating
No, I understand.
because I seriously believe that if Miss Miss Kamala would have been in our president, we'd
Mm-hmm.
have been so much better off.
Oh, I know. But as it is, egg prices are starting to skyrocket up again. But guess what? It isn't the president's fault. It's just another bird flu. But of course, Trump wants to blame Biden for that. What happened? Excuse me. Yeah, and here's something else about the Melania's documentary. It appears that Amazon probably knew it was going to fail at the theaters, but then it's like now they probably have an opportunity. And Farron Cousins said this right. There will be a lot of people signing up for Amazon Prime just for that, just for that documentary.
Yep,
Thank goodness I signed up long before, and I have no fucking interest in that stupid documentary.
I agree with you.
Because, like I said, Markiplier is doing better by far.
Yep.
Use me. Yeah, I'm trying to see how many states currently. I'm gonna try something. Hold on. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute.
La 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 la. Just trying to make it so that we don't have any sound, any dead space. But yeah, needless to say, this fucking
Okay, right now we have
oh,
yeah, right now we have 14 governors in the U.S. that are women.
yep. And actually, our it actually our our government is suing one of the one of the governors.
Oh, which one?
New Jersey,
For what?
because they refuse to they refuse to allow ICE to do what they want to do in their country, in their state. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. And I believe the governor of Virginia also signed an executive order saying, sorry, we're not going to team up with ICE.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, yes, I was born on a U.S. military base, but I still got naturalized. I think it was like 1979 or 1980 in Atlanta. So. State of the Union. I would call it State of the Onion, and Janet called it State of the Garlic.
Yep.
Because it leaves a bad smell. And she's right, too. Like I said, I'm not going to lie. I have never really watched a State of the Union address at all in my entire life. Because to me, personally, it's just about an hour-long boring speech. I could find other things I could watch. Like I said, that's
Right.
just me. I'm not saying, I know I'm not the only one like this, but I also know that, other people, they'll watch it vigorously. It's just me, it's like, oh, this is a boring speech.
Oh.
Is he still going?
I actually turned it off because I was getting sick of it.
I don't blame you.
Because honestly, he constantly looks like he's trying to suck on a woman's nipple. He looks like he's literally falling apart right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, you can bet he'll be lambasted starting tonight, going through tomorrow morning. But of course, Faux News is going to say, oh, he did such a great job last night. We'll see about that.
I'm putting it on again just to check, and
Okay. He's probably saying, oh, the Millennium movie was the best documentary ever made. It should have been nominated for an Oscar this year. And I say, you can get it next year. No, I want it this year. Yeah, and the fact that in fact, all but 5 of the members of the men's U.S. hockey team showed up.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Uh-oh,
Christy,
what?
no, they're showing on CNN Christy Nome, and all she's doing is yep, she's a fucking bobblehead.
That's it.
And then there's Linda McMahon, Pete Hegseth. Linda McMahon can go to hell right now.
Yeah. And I call Pete Hegseth Pig Hog's Breath, but I believe you have a different name for him.
Don't you mean drunk
Well,
Dick Seth?
well, I like to call him something. I give him a better euphemism for myself. I call him Pig Hog's Breath.
Hog's breath isn't that bad. Shit.
Yeah, he's just, to me, he's nothing more than a narcissistic, delusional, dangerous egomaniac.
Yep.
And it's like, I know, we both know, and a lot of people know, the only person Donald Trump cares about is Donald Trump.
Yep, he just doesn't fucking care
Mm-hmm.
about the country.
Yeah, but and now here's something interesting. There was some sort of story where was it Greenland helped an American or something like that, and then Trump said, "Oh, we're going to send a couple mercy ships over there to help with the mental health," but it turns out that looks like that might not even be true. But still, he'd be crazy enough to try that
Yeah.
because he still wants fucking Greenland, and it's like, will you please leave Greenland alone? Okay, you've done enough. We don't need it.
Yep.
We don't need Greenland. We don't need the Panama Canal. We don't need Gaza to try to build another Trump Tower over there.
Yep. We don't need any of that shit.
Mm-hmm. And the fact of the matter, Cash Patel went over to Italy probably on our taxpayer money. And I'm going to have to go blow my nose. Excuse me, I'll be right back.
There is no, you don't need to blow your nose. You only think you do.
Yo, I need to blow my nose. Trust me.
But yeah, I'll be right back. I got. Hurry up, Shirley. Ugh.
Okay, I'm coming. Sorry about that, folks, but seriously, I don't like the idea of blowing my nose in front of everybody on the air. That's not how I am. But let's see. I want to go through all the athletes who. Let's see.
I just had a crazy idea for you, Shirley.
What is it?
Turn your back when you blow your nose.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, I didn't do that. Okay. Let's see. This was courtesy of the Hill. This was like all the way back, like last week. But basically, oh come on, don't freeze on me. Oh great, let's do this again. All right. So a growing number of Olympic athletes compete for the U.S. Are expressing discomfort with representing the country under President Trump's administration, sparking intense pushback from the president's supporters and Trump himself. Trump attacked U.S. athlete Hunter Hess directly after Hess said he was conflicted about competing for Team USA given the country's political climate. It brings up makes motions to represent the U.S. right now. I think it is a little hard, Hess, a freestyle skier, told reporters during a recent press conference. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of. Excuse me. And I think a lot of people aren't. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S. The president, in a Truth Social post hours later, called Hess a real loser and said it is very hard to root for someone like this when watching the games. Hess's comments came days after Amber Glenn, an American figure skater, decried the administration's policies toward people in the LGBTQ community. I hope I can use my voice and this platform to help people stay strong in these hard times, she said. Some of Hess's fellow athletes have come to his defense, such as snowboarding superstar Chloe Kim, whose parents are immigrants, and said the issue hits pretty close to home for her and her other competitors. Excuse me. I think in moments like these, it is really important for us to unite and kind of stand up for one another for all that's going on, and I think that I'm really proud to represent the United States, Kim said. Vice President Vance, who received a smattering of boos from the crowd in Milan when he attended the game's opening ceremonies, suggested that when asked about the back and forth that U.S. athletes who weigh in on political matters open themselves up to criticism. You're not there to pop off about politics, Vance said, so when Olympic athletes enter the political arena, they should expect some pushback. But Trump attacking any U.S. athletes, several Democrats argued, crosses the line regarding civility and sends a chilling message to anyone with a major platform in sports, music, or entertainment. Who does that? What president in the middle of the Olympics attacks his own country's athletes? I mean, just D blank blank blank. I think it's damn. Senator Chris Coons from Delaware exclaimed during an interview with The Hill. There is nothing more patriotic than questioning your own country when its leadership makes decisions that are so sharply out of line with their values and traditions. Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio, however, scoffed the idea that any Olympic athlete would have mixed feelings about representing the U.S. because of Trump's policies. I think that's ridiculous. It's an honor to get to represent the greatest country in history in the Olympic Games. That makes no sense to me, Jordan, a former college wrestler, told The Hill. I haven't seen some of the things that they've said, but if they're disparaging the country while representing it, it makes no sense. Then again, nothing ever makes sense. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, it's my foot. Yeah, I got a little bit of foot pain. I mean, Trump just lost. He keep it going late into the night. It's like, I wish there were. Usually there's. I know. Usually there's like. Have there ever been a time limit for the State of the Union address? Probably not. But most never go more than an hour. Trump, on the other hand, he could probably go all night. And ramble on and on and on and on, right? That's all he does. He rambles on and on and on, makes no damn sense whatsoever. Oh, excuse me. Alright. I don't know about you, but I'm out of things.
Yeah, I'm out too. So let's just end it.
Yeah, we can end it. It's only like 12 minutes left. It's okay. Alright, so.
All right, I'm gonna bounce.
Okay, I got it from here. Alright, so anyway, that's really all we got because, like I said, we don't want to bombard you every day. We leave that to the pros because they're the ones that are good. But anyway, this Friday we will be doing Among Us. For the fun for a Friday. Trump should suck a Uranus. Yep. Yeah, New York got women in the government, even the government. Yeah, that's right. And it turns out about 14 states have a female governor. Of course, I think after this year, mine will probably go back to a male because, of course, Kay Ivey cannot run again. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Among Us is on Friday. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, if you like what you saw tonight and such, let us know. Give us a like. Give us a comment too. Subscribe. Share this. I mean, the way we do things our own way. We don't do it to a set pattern. We don't do it to drive everything down your throat. Because let's face it, you deal with enough politics during the week as it is. I get mine. I'll get mine like watching several of my favorite guys, my favorite YouTubers. But you know what? That's their job. They have the ability to do it. Unfortunately, I wish I did, but I don't. Yep, like, share, and subscribe. Alright, so now the next time I do is I'm going to play the ending. So hang on 15 seconds. Alright, so with that in mind, I am going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everyone have a great night. Sleep well, stay safe. And we will see you on Friday for Among Us. So, peace.